Good afternoon, and welcome to the Monday, July 8th, 2024 meeting of the Board of Health. We've got no appointments and no hearings scheduled for today, but we are catching up on several action items. We will start with invoices. We've got invoices for Amazon in the amount of $1,498.87 for health and office supplies. An invoice for Brown and Caldwell for $20,700 for landfill monitoring. Heather Doucette invoice in the amount of $39.37 for capillary tubes. B&D Associates invoice for $240 for medical waste pickup on June 12th. Jean Marie's invoice for mileage for March, April, May, and June of 2024 in the amount of $572.48. We've got a Happy Frog invoice for $174 for health services, and a Granger invoice in the amount of $638.55 for the Bridge Street landfill piping caps. I will entertain a motion to accept the invoices as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept the invoices.
I will second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next item we have are the meeting minutes for our last meeting back on June 3rd, 2024. Have we had an opportunity to review the minutes?
We have.
All right. I will make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meetings are accepted. Next, we'll move on to disposal system construction permits. First, we have local upgrade 18 Roderick's Terrace, East Bridgewater. We have variances on that one, correct?
Okay, they're asking for a variance to allow maximum depth of the system components from 36 to 72, and use of one deep hole in the disposal works area.
All right.
Do you want to do them all at once, or separate?
Yeah, let's do them all at once. We got to.
Okay, the next
we've got
one's
a few.
for 74 East Street. Variance in accordance with 310 CMR 15405-1H, reduce separation between the bottom of the leaching area and the high groundwater from 5 feet to 4 feet, and the use of a sieve analysis as a substitute for the perk test, and the use of one deep hole in the observation area. Local upgrade 319 Highland Street. Variance in accordance with 310 CMR 15401L, use of sieve analysis for perk test, and use of one deep hole in the observation area. 452 North Central Street, variance in accordance with 310 CMR 15401L, use of a sieve analysis as a substitute for a perk test, and use of one deep hole in the proposed area. 373 Union Street, East Bridgewater, variance in accordance with 310 CMR 15401L, use of a sieve analysis as a substitute for a perk test, and use of one deep hole in the proposed area. I usually allow them to do one deep hole in the proposed area because there's not a lot of room, and they've already got a system there, so they don't need 4.
Sounds to me.
So those are the variances.
All right. Any issues that you can see? Any you'd like to discuss? All right. I would accept a motion to accept the system upgrades and variances as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
All right. I will second the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. The local upgrades have been accepted.
New construction. Don't allow variances, they have to meet the code. We have one for 3 Southridge Drive, 18 Daisy Lane, 5 Southridge Drive, and a new little subdivision, Lot 1 Brookway, which is off behind 374 and 384 Plymouth Street.
And everything in order for the new construction?
Yep.
All right, I will make a motion to accept the new construction permits as presented.
I'll second that motion.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of accepting the new construction permits as presented?
Aye.
Aye. And the new construction is accepted. Next, we've got food services. We've got one seasonal mobile, Danny's Ice Cream and More. Is that a new application?
No,
or
it's a renewal,
It's a renewal?
and the application is complete.
All complete? All right, I will make a motion to accept the application for Danny's Ice Cream and More.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion?
No?
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that will pass. Next, we've got Body Art Practitioners, application for Sacred Edition, practitioner Isaac Raxiola. Apologize if I'm butchering that name. Any issues with the application?
No, his application was complete. He's a new practitioner, as it's noted.
All right. I will make a motion to accept the new practitioner application.
I'll second that motion.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, that application is accepted. Next, we've got 3 installer permits. Looks like they're all renewals. Tom Snell Construction and Excavating, Lopez Plumbing, and Hockomock Environmental.
All applications are complete.
All right. I will make a motion to accept the renewal installer permits as presented.
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Installer permits are accepted. Next, we've got a series of betterment loans. We've got 1 loan application and 3 agreements.
Yes.
All right, betterment loan application is for Daniel Kelly, Caitlin Dyke at 141 Plymouth Street. Is the application complete?
The application is complete for that.
All right, so we just need to move to accept the application.
So you're just accepting them to go into the program, and with that estimate that they have here is the 60,000. Hopefully it won't exceed that, but we do have a max of 75
Right,
on our
right.
betterment loan, so, so their application is complete to go forward for the board to make a motion to approve.
Okay. All right, that being said, I will make a motion to approve the betterment loan application to enter the system. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussions on this one? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes. And next, we've got 3 betterment loan agreements, and these are the,
I would do them individually as a
Okay.
motion. And just for your information, all 3 of them are complete. And so that is the total dollar amount that you're going to be reviewing. And that's being paid out to the engineer and the installer.
and that's all final.
And that's final.
Got it.
Yep, so after tonight, it goes forward for payment.
All right. So why don't I ask, do we have anything to discuss on any of the applications?
There's nothing to discuss on any of the applications. The betterment loan agreements have been signed by the owners and the individuals that are on the deed, and we have those tonight for the board after they make their motion to proceed.
All right. Well, then we'll go one by one. First, betterment loan application for 274 West Street. I will make a motion to accept the betterment loan agreement as presented.
I'll second that.
All right. No discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Agreement is accepted as to 274 West Street. Next is 56 Davenport Road. I will make a motion to accept the application for 56 Davenport as presented.
I'll second that.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. passes. And last, we have 50 Elliott Latham Way. I will make a motion to pass the application as presented.
I'll second that.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And 50 Elliott Latham Way passes. All right, so betterment loan agreements are all approved. Next, we have the health agent update.
Okay, this is about as up-to-date as I could make it, but there's still stuff to be added on because it got crazy.
Gotcha.
Site assessment, basically perks and observations, 374 Plymouth Street, that became the Brookway one that you just signed. Repairs, 632 Crescent Street, 91 Grove Street, 542 North Central, 374 Plymouth, 373 Union, 1935 Washington Street, and 147 West Elm. Those are some of the plans you came in tonight. Some of them were approved before. Plans submitted. This is for new construction. It's the 40B that's going between Winter Street and North Bedford Street, mirroring the Whitman line. We had these plans in before us about 2 months ago, and they were over the 10,000 gallons per day that we're allowed to approve. So the applicant was told to go to DEP for a groundwater discharge permit. He has come back in through planning board and zoning board. That hearing is Wednesday, 7:30 at the junior and senior high school auditorium. We're still in the same spot. He's at 26,000 gallons per day.
Nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do about it. If you want electronic copies of that, I can send them to you. There's paper copies upstairs in the Board of Health office. Sometimes plans that big can get a little bit hard to read on a smartphone.
Right.
New construction, Lot 1 Southridge, Lot 5 Southridge. The repairs we just did. The only one I want to add to this one, it's not technically a repair, it's a change in components. 24 East Street had a fire. When this happens, they want to hook in a mobile home to the existing septic. They have a tank with leaching, so they're fairly updated. The other part of that one is that Chapter 2 Housing Code requires the Board of Health approve anything of temporary housing beyond 30 days. We typically will give them a year, and if they need to renew it, they can come in for it. But that's what we typically do. It's a 3-bedroom mobile home.
Right.
But it does need Board of Health approval, so when Sandy said you needed to have a vote on that, that's what she's talking about.
Okay.
It's that housing issue.
All right. We could do that right now, I guess, then.
That would be good.
So we will take up, I guess, a motion to approve temporary housing for the mobile home at 24 East Street.
Yep.
And I don't know if we have a start date or end date.
It was put in this weekend. They're not in it yet. I did go out and look at the hookup. And you can see the hookup. It's across the ground and into the tank. It probably runs about 60 feet.
It's,
Downhill.
Do we want to do it for a year from today then? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So I will make a motion to approve the temporary housing at 24 East Street for 1 year from today, July 8th, 2024. Any discussion or anything else we should add?
Nope, all set on that.
All right. Do I have a second on the motion?
I'll second your motion.
All right. And last chance for discussion? Nothing? All right. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So that passes. And hopefully they can be in something permanent within a year, but if not, they can always come back to us.
This is a condo association on West Street. The plans got tied up in court, in Lane Court. It was originally approved in 2020. Our plans only go for 3 years, so they have to come back and we'll have to actually resubmit new plans. The plans that were approved don't have perk tests or observation holes on the septic area. So I'm gonna go back out and take care of that. He has been advised. Okay. Just to let you know, that'll be coming back in. Systems under construction, 16 and 19 Daisy Lane, 112 Cedar Street, 536 Harvard Street, and 30 Piers Path. Repairs under construction, 14 Beatty Avenue, 15 Chestnut Street, 56 Davenport, 50 Eliza Latham Way, 248 Pleasant Street, 182 Elm, 98 Brender, 15 Poor Meadow, 9 Stonegate, 60 Crescent Street, and 632 Crescent Street. It has been busy. Food inspections, a little bit slower on those. We've had follow-up food inspections for Ocean State Job Lot. They're finally open. We had an emergency call to Domino's because of they're next to Ocean State Job Lot. We had complaints at both Dunks, and they were re-inspected on the following day, and it was taken care of. There's another person going into 210 Pond Street. We had an opening inspection at 838 North Bedford Street. It used to be called Mockingbirds, and the event space was called Mirabella's. Housing, you did the manufactured home one already. Pool, the YMCA camp is up and running. Their outside pool is up and running. Their inside pool is up and running. I've done a second inspection there because they had an injury. So, and that's typical. I have to, just like a food inspection or foodborne illness, because we do camp inspections and camp things. If they have injuries, I have to go out and just see if whatever needs to be corrected is addressed. When you have almost 600 kids coming through a camp in a summer, these things do happen. But we just want to make sure it's not, if we need to correct something, we take care of it.
And no ongoing issues with them.
No, a couple of years ago, they had a blow-up slide in the pool on the pad, and that was like maybe not a good idea. So we had to have mats put down, so if you fell off the top of the slide, you weren't like landing on the cement pool pad, those kind of things. They have an obstacle course, a ropes course, an archery range, and the pool. So it's a camp. Bird Street landfill repairs, as you see, we're getting ready to get the camps back together. That should be going out in the Central Register probably next week. We're a little bit behind in the schedule that we had because of the holiday. But the town administrator is taking a look at that final proposal and fine-tuning it, and it should go out for bid on the Central Register and then out on the website. And we're still kind of on track to get that being done in September. So that's going on. I also have the letter of notification to the abutters, all set to roll. Probably going to get that out this week.
Makes sense.
To let them know. Rabies clinic, we had over 100 animals vaccinated. One cat escaped from the owner. The cat was not in a cat carrier, and we did not find it. Public health concerns, a couple of bunched and heated up. They've issued a couple of high heat warnings. When that happens, the town usually opens or has available cooling centers. If it's Monday through Friday, it's Town Hall, the library, Council on Aging. We actually had a couple of people come in today that needed a break. And if they have to during the weekends, we then open one of the other buildings and it gets staffed. But that's basically where people can go if they don't have air conditioning and it gets pretty bad.
Makes sense. Is that available on the website or anything?
Usually they'll list it. The call to open one on the weekends is always the fire chief's call. Okay, so he'll be the one that would make that call.
Just
It would
wondering
be
if
on
it
the
was-
main website.
Yeah.
It's not on the Board of Health's website.
Is it on the? It's on the town website.
It would be
though?
on the,
Yeah.
well, the town website, but it'll be on the main page.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering
Yeah.
if it was available, so if people don't know about it.
We can put out a reminder that says, if you need to cool off and you don't have AC, these buildings are open.
Yeah, it might make sense.
Okay. Basically, heat wave is described as one that's 3 days or more, over 90. Okay?
Did we check that box today? I know I know
We're
it's pretty
getting
warm.
close.
So.
We hit 1 day over 98 the last heat wave. So this was written up for that last heat wave we had. The other things that are happening, our tick-borne diseases are on the increase, more than last year. With tick-borne diseases come also bacterial infections, so we're watching that pretty carefully. I got an alert from Department of Public Health on Friday that West Nile virus and Triple E have been detected in the mosquito populations in surrounding towns. Since mosquitoes don't understand town boundaries. And also a reminder to people when they're going places during the summer, other towns, to make sure you bring bug spray. It's a little early for that to happen. It's usually a late August, September thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very active summer. That's it for me.
All right, well, on that high note, do we have any topics not reasonably anticipated?
So this was a makeup meeting for our missed meeting last week. We do have our next meeting is July 15th, next Monday.
Okay.
So I'll be in contact with the board and see where we are.
All right, yeah, that's good, probably good information if anyone's not watched this in a while. We had a lot of stuff to cover because we had a couple of meetings that we missed due to technical issues and other issues. So we will have another meeting next Monday on July 15th it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you back then. All right, I will entertain a motion to close the meeting for July 8th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
All right, I will second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting is closed.